Cruise news. What is meant to be a fun game on a cruise gets wild and a dad is attacked. I'm going to get you the details on that. Plus, one cruise line has rolled out a new policy that can lead to new fees for parents. And in another story, cruise lines face massive fines if they allow certain groups of people to cruise. I'm going to get you the top 10 cruise news updates from across the cruise industry, and I'm going to get you the information fast. Coming up. Welcome to the Travel Scouts. My name is Jason and we are your cruise information channel. We get you the cruise news and information you're looking for quickly without wasting your time. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number 1. The CDC is reporting a sickness outbreak on board the Celebrity Summit cruise ship. The Celebrity Summit is currently conducting Alaska cruises out of Vancouver, Canada and Seward, Alaska. The summit holds a little over 2,000 passengers. And the CDC is reporting that 68 cruisers and 5 crew members have contracted the illness. The CDC has confirmed that the sickness is norovirus. And the trouble did not end with the cruise. Once the cruise ended on Friday, many had booked flights to return home. 75 passengers from the cruise booked a United Airlines flight going from Vancouver to Houston. And 25 passengers from the cruise became sick mid-flight. This led the CDC to quarantine that flight for 45 minutes upon its arrival to Houston. And the jet had to be taken out of service for a deep cleaning. Number 2, construction is complete on Disney Cruise Line's new destination called Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Lookout Cay is located on Eleuthera Island in the Bahamas. It's about 40 miles east of Nassau. And the first guests are set to arrive at the destination this week. The Disney Magic cruise ship will have the honors of making the first stop. It is scheduled to be at Lookout Cay on June 7th. Moving on to number 3, CJet is launching a brand new cruise line called Neonix Cruises. And their very first ship is scheduled for its inaugural voyage on July 15th of this year. The ship was previously known as the Costa Magica. And Neonix will be an adult-only cruise line that will offer 3, 4, and 7-night cruises to the Greek islands. Their niche is that they want to be known as a music festival at sea. This will be headed up by well-known DJs that will be on each cruise. The prices will range from 1,000 to 3,000 euros per passenger per cruise. Next, number 4, Juneau, Alaska has finalized their limit on cruise ship passengers. Currently, Juneau can see as many as 21,000 cruise passengers on its busiest day. However, the city has negotiated an agreement with the cruise lines and that will end in 2026. At that time, the daily allowed cruise passengers will be capped at 16,000 people for Sunday through Friday and a limit of 12,000 on Saturdays. Then number 5, P&O Cruises is rolling out a new policy that could make parents pay a fee. P&O Cruises has a 12 and under kids club called the Reef. And the use of the Reef is free of charge, but there is limited space and parents have to book it in advance. Unfortunately, there are times when spaces are not available for some families. The problem that P&O is trying to solve is that there are some families that are booked, but they either are no-shows or they cancel last minute. So they are taking up spots that other families could use. Effective immediately, P&O is taking steps to encourage early cancellation. The new policy states that if parents cancel less than 24 hours out, they will be charged a fee of £5. And if they are a no-show, they will be charged a fee of £10. Okay, we have 5 cruise news pieces remaining, including the top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last video, I asked how far out you typically book your cruises. I received input from nearly 4,000 of you, and here are the results. The majority of you, 42%, said that you typically book more than 12 months out. 25% of you said that you book less than 12 months out, and 33% of you, 1/3, said that it depends and that you book your cruise whenever you find the cruise that you want. Thanks for your input and great comments. Here is today's question. Thinking about the last news piece with P&O Cruises, it occurred to me that that is a cruise line that I have never cruised with. And my question for you is, how many different cruise lines have you sailed with? Chime in down below with A for 1, B for 2, or C for 3 or more. I will look very much forward to reading that, but now on with the cruise news. Number 6, 2 cruise ships are currently stuck in Elliott Bay away from Seattle's cruise docks. The cruise ships include the Carnival Spirit and Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas. Both cruise ships have been forced to anchor and wait out the high winds that they are currently experiencing. As they are right now, conditions are not deemed safe enough for them to attempt to dock at Pier 91. It is unclear how long the ships may be delayed, but safety does always come first. Number 7, MSC Cruises' private island in the Bahamas called Ocean Cay has reopened. Ocean Cay was shut down for approximately 6 weeks while it received some enhancements. This included refreshing the lagoons as well as some of the structures across the island. However, further construction will continue with completion targeted for the end of winter. When finished, there will be a new food hall, new shore excursion centers, more restrooms, drink stations, and other venues. Moving on to number 8, Carnival Corporation has sent a reminder to their travel partners reminding them that a ban has been imposed restricting certain groups of people from booking cruises. This is based upon international sanctioned laws. And it notes that cruises cannot be sold to any resident of the location shown on the screen right now. In the email, Carnival Corporation stated to its travel partners, quote, "You are required to continue to ensure that you do not accept any booking from a guest resident in any restricted countries or regions." The email did not state what the penalties would be to a travel partner if they made such a booking. However, the U.S. Department of the Treasury has stipulated, quote, "Civil monetary penalties of up to the greater of $250,000 or twice the amount of the underlying transaction may be imposed administratively against any person who violates, attempts to violate, conspires to violate, or causes a violation." Next, number 9, hurricane season is officially underway. The season runs from June 1st through the end of November. The storms can pop up quickly and they often impact the itineraries of cruises that are near the storm areas. Thankfully, the Atlantic is currently clear with no cyclones expected to form in the next 48 hours. Meanwhile, the Eastern Pacific has one weather system of concern. That system is noted by the yellow X on this map. However, the chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours is very limited, but we will continue to monitor. Then number 10, things get wild on a Royal Caribbean ship as a man is attacked while playing laser tag. This occurred on the Oasis of the Seas cruise ship. A man and his wife went to play laser tag on the ship while a friend waited outside to keep an eye on their young child. A while later, the dad emerged with his wife and they were surrounded by security officers. The dad was bleeding and had received a small injury to his head. It turned out that a teenager punched him in the face in the middle of the laser tag match. Security watched the footage and determined that the teen was fully at fault. The dad was given 3 options. First, he was asked if he wanted the teen arrested at port the next day, but he said no. Second, security also offered to kick the teen off the cruise, but he declined that as well. Ultimately, the dad went with the third option. The teenager was only allowed to leave his cabin for the remainder of the cruise when he was accompanied by an adult. The question is, which option would you have taken? Okay, subscribe and turn the notification bell on to stay up to date with the latest cruise news and information. The next video, it'll be coming out soon, but until then, keep on cruising and we'll catch you in the next video.